So I'm actually going to copy this down a couple of times. And I'm doing this live here because this is the absolute best way to sit here and plan out email. If you if you go and you plan out your email in your email tool, you're going to be thinking a lot more about how the email tool works than you are about how the email really reads on the other side. This is really all that matters is what does that subject line say and what does the body say? Um, I will do this. I will go ahead and hop over here real quick before we get started to my inbox. So let's take a look at the inbox. This is the promotions tab where most marketing and sales emails end up. If they are not sent just one-to-one direct, who checks their promotions tab or their clutter in their Outlook or in their Gmail? Anybody spend a lot of time in here? You can see that I haven't checked it today. I haven't clicked on anything. Got some good stuff in here. You know, I love my my Yeti cup. So I'm obviously not opening that email right now. I got my cup right here. There's a lot of good stuff. Quickly each day. Yeah, I'm with you there, Lynn. You sort of scan up and down, and you look at it, and you think, oh, I wonder if there's something in here I should check out. Kind of take a sip, and most of the time it's no. You kind of click through some of this stuff. Yeah, not much here I'm going to mess with, but I will tell you, this is what matters here, right? The sender. So Content Marketing Institute, and that's sort of cut off. And then it's info at Content Marketing Institute. And then there's no picture. If you're in Gmail, having a Google account really matters. Let's look at Amy Porterfield. I believe that she doesn't have a picture either because it's going from info at amyporterfield.com. And she's one of the social media kind of guru kind of people. Here's Lance from Fort Worth, First United Methodist Church in Fort Worth, where our family goes. Lance is wearing his orange shades, and this is coming from him. You know, it's coming from, and he's got his Google picture. A lot of people don't really think about this, but if you send from an email address that is not associated with a real Google account online and it doesn't have a picture, this especially makes a difference on the Google app, on the Gmail app on your phone. The picture shows up right there next to each message. And I'm a lot more likely to click on Lance's email on my phone, where I do a lot of my email processing, than I am in here where it doesn't really show up. But even so, having a picture really matters. And it's coming from him, right? There are some ways to do the name a little bit better than others. So I really like how Zach from the Sales Lion has this here, because he says Zach from the Sales Lion. There's no question about who this is here. And he has a picture. Here's Jack Dixon from Saros. Now, he doesn't have a good picture, but at least I know who it is. Jack from Saros, Zach from the Sales Lion. I like that. It gives you context as to who is sending this email. So these are good examples. So think you could help me out with something real quick? Kind of dig that. So here is an automated email. Now we can see that Gmail's not going to load anything. So this is why I revert to plain text. I love plain text email. Plain text email is going to get a better response every time. I'm not really going to click on display images below because this is not working very well. If you must send an HTML formatted email, then at least make sure your alt text or your file names make sense. Email sig2 larger.jpg doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know if it means anything to you, but let's just ignore that for a moment. Hi, Chris. I've got a small favor to ask. As a member of the Sales Lion Learning community, wanted to make sure you got the most out of your content. Would you be willing to answer a few quick questions with me about your video experience? Now, I downloaded their video script the other day, and this is a part of a sequence that they sent. So I'm loving this. I think that the text in this email is great. This short survey is fine. And what's included in this survey? How does filling it out benefit you? Here's a couple of things that we're going to want to know. If you can do it, here's how you do it. Now, if this were not an HTML formatted email and it were a plain text email, this would look a whole lot better and it would be a whole lot easier. In fact, let's go ahead and see what it's supposed to look like. Well, okay, we got a nice logo. Here's a nice call to action. You know, the HubSpot tool and whatever email tool you use, it may have a call to action tool in it where you've got a graphic, and that's what this is, but it doesn't provide me a whole lot of context. So if you have and I see a hand raised here, if you have a question, you can go ahead and drop it in the chat pane, and I can even bring you on if you'd like to. Then we'll go over it. But I like most about this, except for that fact, is that a lot of people just aren't going to click that. So let's look at some more. Jack from Saros, same thing. Look at this. This is how all our emails show up if we send it straight out of HubSpot like this. The best Saros experiences delivered to your inbox. Grable.jpg. Check it out. See, this stuff, it doesn't work when you do these designed emails. Have I sold you on this enough? Have I sold you on this enough? Plain text email. Let's see what this is supposed to look like. Oh, okay. Look at all this. This is great. Yeah, but nobody's going to see it.